Hi, and welcome to week 7, the living room. I'm Sterling Jaquith, creator of the Catholic Minimalism Challenge, and thank you all for hanging in there 7 weeks. Woo! Okay, this is going to be a short video because really there's not much to say about living rooms, and if you've made it 7 weeks with me, then I feel like you know how to ask hard questions, you know how to make tough choices, and you know how to minimalize your space. So, I think the big things about living rooms are, oh, I'm sorry, that slide's cut off a little bit. We're going to keep going. The thing about living rooms is it's a personal space, so just pick what makes you happy. Like, look at this lady. Those pillows would drive me nuts. I already just picture those throw pillows sliding off that leather couch, and that would drive me crazy. But to someone else, that would make them really happy. So, just own what's important to you and do it. I think a big kind of gotcha is the art on the walls. Whether there's no art, whether you have art and it looks like a 7-year-old put them up, that's my problem, right? I'm terrible at decorating, so I put the wall of different size frames, and I look at it and I'm like, that's terrible, and it irks me, and it stresses me out. So if that's you, then just knock it off and take them down or learn more about it. I'm all about intentional education. So if you want to learn how to put photos on a wall, just Google it, and some 13-year-old on YouTube will probably teach you how to do it really well and have some hacks for that. So just do that. It's not a big deal. I think the other thing that's important is pillows and blankets. That can be a big, dangerous area for a lot of us. We have a lot of blankets, and I finally just picked a spot on the floor, and I told the kids, throw all of the blankets there. And I just had to let go of wanting them like in a beautiful trunk or folded all of the time, because I really do love blankets. I like having them all over the house. I think we have like 5 downstairs, and I like that. That does not bother me. But it bothers me if we don't know where to put them when we're tidying up. So we have this kind of area around the couch. We just throw them all there. You can't see it when you walk through my house. I mean, unless you peek over there. And that was good enough for me. So I want you to again, just examine your own feelings there and decide what is important to you. I think when it comes to the living room, tucking things away is really important. Having a lot of clutter on your coffee table or on your side tables, that's probably contributing to your stress. So, IKEA is great for having storage everything, right? And maximizing space. But I think most of us are grumpy about what migrates into the living room, not what lives in the living room. So, if that is really what's stressing you out, then what you need to do is get together with your family and agree that you're going to tidy the space 2 times a day. Okay, so twice a day. We do it after before lunch and after before dinner, right? So twice a day, but around those times, and we just pick up everything off the floor and we put it in its home. And if you've done a good job of minimalism, they can handle that. And there's not too many things. We do that on my kitchen counters. I do it on my dresser because stuff just goes there. And in a perfect world, I would put everything away the first time, but I have 4 kids, and sometimes there's poo explosions, and I need to go deal with it, all right? And life happens. But if you have twice a day that you're kind of just picking up the main spaces, you're going to find that they look clean and tidy, and that is going to bring your stress level down. So it is worth teaching your children how to do that. My children can do that at 6, 4, and 2. And they all help. Sometimes I'll put music on. I'll say, okay, I'm going to play 2 songs. Everything's going to be picked up by the time these 2 songs are done, or 3 songs. And they know, and that kind of makes it exciting. The other thing is they often get to eat afterwards, right? So I'm like, and you don't get lunch until everything's clean. So, try to avoid bribing them with special things like, and you get a cookie or this special snack. Then that's just teaching them that cleaning is not part of our daily life. But saying you don't get lunch, well, that's, also part of our daily life. And so I think it's a good to tie those 2 things together. So that's it for living rooms. I mean, I'll put some articles on there about living rooms. But again, you guys, this is just going to come down to you and what you want. But I found this quote from St. Ignatius of Loyola. I like it. He says, "It should constantly be our care to see God's presence in everything, and not only to raise our minds to Him when we are at prayer." And I was thinking about that related to the living room space, and I think that as we are going through and creating the space or designing the space, or rather removing things from the space, to picture how we can organize our living room in a way that honors God. How can we promote our children to pray more, to listen to music, to read books, to connect with the good and the true and the beautiful? Let's create a living room around that. And let's make that our aim. Let's make a place for candles. Let's make sure the Bible is accessible. This is going to make it easier for you to actually live liturgically. And the more we live liturgically, according to the rhythms of the Catholic Church, the more in tune our heart is with God. And ultimately that gives us the peace that we're looking for. It's not just about the stuff. The stuff can help us do that. The stuff can impede us from doing that. But, I think that creating a living room, especially a space where, you're going to invite people into your home and this is where they're going to sit, make sure it's representative of your faith and make sure that it's designed to create community and talking and real connection, because I think that's what we're looking for in our living room. So thank you, St. Ignatius of Loyola, for that. All right, you guys, that's it for living rooms. Thanks so much.